You clicked on this video because you were probably triggered or intrigued by the title. Dating, falling in love, and even having intimate relationships with a poor man is a curse. A man's life circumstances do not make him a poor man energetically. You are not falling in love with him. You're falling in love with a curse. A man who is poor is a cursed man. Now hear me out. I'm an occultist. I'm a potion master, a potion maker. Women come to me to get their hands on my magic potions. My potions that help them be rid of their own curses, create a shield of protection so that they don't go back to any vows of suffering, and to expand into the hyper-feminine version of themselves. I created the word hyper-feminine myself because so many people are using the word sacred feminine or feminine energy in a false and quite corrupted and flawed way, because they now speak of feminine energy or sacred femininity as though it was a mindset choice. This man shows up in his feminine energy. He's a princess man. I don't know what they call it. Or this woman shows up in her masculine energy. This is flawed language, and if you've been using it, you need to stop it, because you are reinforcing a false agenda of fake internet gurus showing up as experts, and now you are reinforcing the propaganda based on an actual lie, or worse, an ignorance. I prefer to be ignorant of a lie, knowing that the moment I become knowledgeable, I will know how to change it, compared to believing someone who doesn't know themselves and who think they know. So that's why I use the word hyper feminine, because it really represents the woman who's living her most optimal goddess incarnation. So you have to believe a little bit in spirituality in order to comprehend this jargon. Otherwise, you'll be completely lost. You would feel triggered. You will feel that this is a lie, this is a stupidity, and all of the above. And this is the case, please don't watch my content. I talk to women who understand that there is such a thing as energy, meaning that there is the path of the invisible leading to the visible. You go from the level of spirit to manifest into the 3D. So let me just start by saying what is not a poor man, because you may be used to, like I said, basic commoner's language, and you're going to be triggered by why poor people are nice people. You know, we're speaking against poverty, all of your false high morality, judgment, and curse that you're going to want to impose on someone like me, who really doesn't care. It will glide through me because I know what I know, and you probably don't know as much as I. So a poor man is not defined by where he was born, meaning that you can be born in a precarious environment and still have the aura of someone who's going to succeed. You, because of karma, chose to incarnate in a poor community or a poor family because there were lessons to be learned, but you know you're meant for greatness and you intend on succeeding in your promise to be a man who embodies true masculinity in all of the areas of your life. In that sense, a woman can absolutely be in love and create a life with a man whose aura, whose path is meant for greatness. However, this woman cannot carry the curse of a toxic caregiver, meaning that she cannot impose herself as the energy role of a woman, the woman who's going to carry that man in whatever capacity that is. Regardless of where you meet a man, he needs to be in full integrity of his manhood. He needs to be rid of all of these vows of being less than a man, and there are multiple vows. And also, he needs to fully show up in your reality as someone who's going to be supporting you being on a pedestal. I'm not talking about being a spoiled brat, showing up as that in the man's life. You still need to be full in your energy and provide the magic that this man needs in order to be nourished and be inspired. Hello, my goddess. In November, I am heading to Dubai. I am delivering in person a few custom potions to clients of mine, and I will also be doing spiritual treatments, sexual energy healing, womb rituals, a spiritual bath to those clients. If you are interested in commissioning me to make the best custom potion for you, contact me so we can organize the details and the logistics. I love you. Enjoy the rest of the video. So, a man's life circumstances do not make him a poor man, energetically and on his journey. And secondly, a man who has access to finances do not make him a rich man. There are many examples. I will pick the easiest one. For the daughter of a rich industrial born in highly privileged circumstances, traveling in the private jet of the family owned by her father or her mother or her lineage, going to the most exclusive boarding schools and being in the social circumstances that imply that she has the most exquisite lifestyle. For this woman, a poor man could be the manager of a 5-star hotel where she resided for her vacation. That man, for a woman who is financially challenged, that man would be considered rich because he may travel first class or business class, and he may have access to obvious, visible luxury goods. But for that heiress of a woman, that man would be poor. So everything is circumstantial, and the only thing that makes everything true is energy. As a woman, the moment you feel that you are in love, intrigued, attracted to a man that you feel discomfort or that you feel is not a match to your 3D reality or your 3D aspirations, you are not falling in love with him. You're falling in love with a curse. Because a man who is cursed is only going to attract a woman who has the similar curse. Just like if we're speaking purely mindset, when you say in an ignorantly false way, this man showed up in his feminine energy, and what did I do? And I had to be in my masculine. My husband forced me to be in my masculine because he's so feminine. No, the man is the chasing energy and the woman is the surrender, detached, and receiving energy. She thrives in creativity and in lavishing in herself. If you attract a man who exhibits the qualities that you would see being held by an individual who has a womb, it means that you showed up as an energetic transvestite, meaning that you showed up with a lingam, with an energetic and the physical characteristics of someone who has masculine parts. So it is per law of attraction, the most basic, easiest law to understand. You attract what you are, not what you want. By noticing and observing a man who is feminine in his characteristics, meaning that he's not going to spoil you, he's not going to be caring, he's not gonna have fatherly qualities of wanting to protect you, making your life easy, not expecting you to go beyond the material and physical labor and tasks that make you depleted of your energy. If you're attracting that, it means that you're already using the energetic, spiritual muscles of a wounded woman who's going to use her survival mechanisms, skills, and who's showing up in life, highly masculine. Whatever you see with your eyes is always going to be the reflection of who you are energetically. That is why with my potions, I strive to do an energy shift of your energy. I aim to address any curse, any vow, any karmic programming of I'm not gonna be loved, adored, and cared for by a man in my relationship, whether financially, physically, intimately. So we remove those vows and we make you carry the skin, the aura, energy of the woman who's embodying softness, hyperfemininity, and who falls madly in love with herself. The mindset work comes after the energy is shifted. Otherwise, you're just doing a placebo work of putting a beautiful, nicely colored band-aid over an open, fermented, highly smelly, disgusting wound. So the wound would not be cleaned. You need to purify that, to heal that, so that yes, when you put the band-aid of mindset, it is as a supporting character. I am a potion master. You come to watch my videos, you need to appreciate that. If potions, beauty, creativity, and the mastery of alchemy is not anything you're interested in, clock off. So you do yourself a favor and you do me a favor, because anyone who is not worthy of watching such beauty should not actually be exposed to it. It's as simple as that. So this potion is for a client of mine who is in Saudi Arabia, and it has a meteorite called moldavite and it has a ruby. I want her to be a tantric queen when she walks. The ruby is going to arouse her, goddess of sex, not just speaking about the act of it, but sexual energy, creativity, wealth, alignment, and without feeling the guilt of enjoying the life you're meant to live. When you show up in your wealth authenticity, you inspire others to be happy with loving their wealth experience instead of depleting their energy by feeling guilty about their privileges or belittling those who don't have those privileges, having any type of toxicity attached to something that is purely divine, which is wealth. So this is a beauty. I'm going to seal the edges of the ribbon. See the handcraft, everything made by me. You will notice that on my bottles, there is this element that is always there, cowrie bead, and it has a spiritual significance in any type of feminine woman on this path. I'm giving her this. This is in my sessions, I talk a lot about honeying your yoni, using a special honey handmade by me, activated by me, and she will do this for a specific amount of times so that her yoni, her intimacy becomes juicy and inviting. It has other elements to make the process also alchemically swift. I wrote her a love letter, as always. I'm going to add something special that she's going to do in the comfort of her home. And when she receives her potion, she's going to, as always, tell me, I received my potion, and she's going to do a series of rituals so that she's energetically prepared for the potion. And one of the rituals will imply using pheromones. So she's getting, again, this amazing potion, which is going to do every day as she's doing her sexual energy awakening ritual, which is called Moaning to Manifest. She needs to do it in the morning and in the evening to arouse her sexual energy and to also observe wherever she may have any type of emotional triggers about sexuality, any trauma she carries from childhood, from teenage years, and from programming, from family or society. Every single human woman has that, but you don't come to me if you're a man. So this is going to help her. Doing Moaning to Manifest is going to address trauma, to release it, and then to wear the dress, the auric dress that the potion is. Now, I'm adding something very special. She already has that inside of her potion. It is pheromones. So, pheromones, what are they? They are hormones released by every single animal being, whether in nature and us as well human beings. Women have pheromones and men have pheromones. When you multiply the pheromones presence on your aura, not just inside of your anatomy, because the hormones are released, right? That's why when you're highly hormonal, whatever the hormone is, you're triggered and you're triggering. So boils down to the chemical aspect of what pheromones do. So I'm using this. My pheromones, I get them from an old family in Italy, and they make it themselves. I'm going to give her this, which is a container where I'm going to include the pheromones, and I'm going to tell you exactly what she's going to do to amplify the pheromones. So when you get a custom potion from me, you're going to do a ritual which lasts 3 nights, which is to activate and harmonize the potion with your DNA. Now, I like to make gifts based on when I connect with your energy, what I receive in terms of messages, and whatever thing you need that I may provide you with to support you. So she's getting this, like I said, but she's getting the pheromone. Not everyone is getting the same. If you watch all of my videos, you will see that not everyone receives the same. This is her love letter with my message to her. Now, this is really handmade. That is why it's written by hand. This family in Italy, I've been working with them for years now. I always order from them. And pheromones are very powerful. She's gonna have it more powerful. So, what is she going to do? She is going to add a very powerful pheromone that comes from women, and that is urine. She's going to use her own urine. I'm going to explain to her exactly when to harvest that urine, which days and which night, because it is important. And then she's going to also need to do 3 full days, 24 hours of a full vegan nutrition. Why? She needs to go vegan for 3 full days because we don't know where your food is harvested or where your meat is taken. Even though for her, living in Saudi Arabia, her meat is halal. I have another client who is Jewish. She eats kosher. So yes, this is amazing. It's pure. So it's good. The meat would be good. However, because this is a spiritual protocol, we also do not want the food to carry any type of karma. So that is the reason why she goes vegan. On top of it, she's going to eat only food that is mostly raw juices, soups, easy to digest food, because we want to release her solar plexus, where every woman holds anger, frustration. You know, the Manipura chakra is the chakra that holds all of the characters that you play in society, all of the fears, all of the egos that make you act in a non-authentic way. And that is why it touches your digestive system. A lot of women are either going to be highly constipated when they're holding grudges, when they're in survival, when they've been hurt, when they have a lot of anger. It creates this hardening factor here. Even if the woman is extremely skinny, you're going to see this area protruding a little bit because the solar plexus is highly inflamed and it creates constipation. And women also who are going to be highly the opposite, who are going to digest fast, they're burning through their emotions. Women who are highly promiscuous, who've given themselves to people and situations that were unworthy of their authentic self. A lot of women who are toxic caregivers, who do not love themselves enough and who are going to over love people, if that's even a term in English. Love people more, do things, go out of their way to please people. They're going to have that. They're burning their energy, they're depleting their energy. So we want her digestion to be at ease, even though it is also a mental strength work she's gonna have to do, because it's not easy when you're used to eat a lot, have access to food, to large amounts of food whenever you want. What's going to happen is that it is fasting, because it is a type of fasting, to not have meat and to have juices, soups mostly, or stews. She also is not going to eat a lot of rice or pasta. She can eat bread, but it has to be handmade bread. She will have someone cook for her. So if it is a client of mine who is used to ordering food a lot from the outside, restaurants or whatever, it would have to be made by either a private chef or by herself, okay? This is what is going to prepare her body energetically to release the good hormones we want her to have in her urine, the best quality pheromone of attraction, which is going to be, like I said, harvested on the day and the hours that I tell her. So the goal is to be so heightened energetically that, yes, love is amazing, but love is not the fairy tale that they show you in movies and cartoons. The best way to be the best partner for a man who embodies his masculinity is to be the heightened version of a hyper feminine woman. And it is an energy work, which is again followed by the mindset work. If she were a first-time client, I would have given her my Soft Life Manifestation Planner. However, she already has it. She is a client of mine who is in a portion prescription. Remember, my prescriptions are 6 months minimum, so she doesn't need that. I will not put that in. But the goal is to be away from the illusion that if I love a poor man, love conquers it all. No. You can love a man who is growing in his masculinity and be with him. But a man who makes you feel poor, a man who makes you feel tired and depleted because he's not showing up as this is to harvest her urine. If it is a man who is not a masculine man, who wants you to be tired like he is, who wants you to struggle like he is, regardless of your income bracket, it is a cursed man. It is a man who is poor in his energy, a man who is still honoring his scarcity and suffering vows, and a man who expects you to go along with him for the sake of love is better than comfort. In reality, you're meant to have it all. You're meant to have a good life, regardless of your income bracket, regardless of where you come from. Everyone has the potential, because everyone comes with karma, with curses that you're supposed to release so that you can live your optimal life, regardless. I have clients who are 7-figure, 8 figures, or 6 figures. And if money is not an issue, trust me, they come to me because they're highly tormented. They need to shift their energy as well. So poverty, the poverty vow, or the scarcity curse is something that someone is going to carry as long as they're not awakened to a different path of life. So if you need to fall in love with someone, I urge you to fall in love with yourself, to do whatever it takes to heal whatever is inside you that makes you feel unworthy of love, to work hard on shifting your energy so you don't have to work hard at chasing life. I think I've spoken enough. I love you. I want you to manifest lavish imperial opulence, to turn your divine entitlements into actual life riches and privileges, because you're worthy of it. You were born to have it. I see you in my next video. Bye.